One actress just added hundreds of millions of dollars to a company's value in just 1 week. She's not a pop star. She's not an athlete. And she did it while igniting one of the most talked about advertising controversies of the year. Today, we're breaking down how Sydney Sweeney became the nuclear weapon of American marketing, and why brands are racing to get her signature for their next big ad campaigns. But the real surprise? This campaign didn't just boost sales, it triggered a ripple effect that shook Wall Street, sparked political debate, and even landed in the headlines of late-night TV. And it all began with a single campaign, one that even American Eagle didn't expect to explode this big. Let's start with the campaign that shook Wall Street. When American Eagle launched their Sydney Sweeney ad, the company's stock jumped more than 15% in just 1 week. That alone is impressive, but then things went nuclear. After President Trump publicly called it the hottest ad out there on social media, shares jumped an additional 20% overnight. To put this into perspective, American Eagle's market cap hovers around $1.2 billion. A 35% rally in mere weeks translates to over $400 million in value created, roughly the annual profit of a mid-sized competitor. Imagine adding that much value almost instantly, thanks to one campaign. Now, analysts caution these stock boosts can be volatile and may not sustain long-term. But here's the takeaway. The market sent a clear signal that this campaign had real teeth, and investors took notice. The campaign's success isn't just about stock prices either. An exclusive survey done by Kantar reveals that despite the heated controversy swirling around the ad, which we'll dive into later on, the vast majority of American consumers remained likely to buy from American Eagle. That's critical. Public debate might stir the pot, but it didn't erode the brand's core customer loyalty or purchase intent. So what made this campaign so different? How did Sydney Sweeney help American Eagle achieve this rare blend of market confidence and consumer trust, especially in such a short time frame? Here's a hint. It's not just luck or star power alone, it's a shift in how consumers connect with authenticity and how brands are betting big on that connection. But before we unpack that, let's see how Sydney's results stack up against the biggest celebrity endorsement campaigns in history, because the numbers are staggering. Let's start with one of the most infamous celebrity endorsements in recent history, Kendall Jenner's 2017 Pepsi ad. The campaign was meant to be a feel-good moment for audiences, but was pulled within 24 hours due to massive public backlash, accusing it of trivializing social justice protests. Pepsi stock took a slight hit, and the brand had to do serious reputation damage control, the exact nightmare scenario for marketers. Now, contrast that with some of the most successful celebrity brand deals of the past decade. Rihanna's Fenty Beauty launched in 2017 and hit $100 million in sales in just the first 40 days. A stunning success driven by her massive global fan base and an industry-first focus on inclusivity. But it took months for those results to build as the brand gained momentum. Then there's Ryan Reynolds, who transformed aviation gin from a niche label into a billion-dollar brand, culminating in its $610 million sale to Diageo in 2020. His savvy marketing and authentic persona turned heads, but that success was the result of years of consistent brand building, not overnight magic. George Clooney's decades-long partnership with Nespresso reportedly earned him over $40 million. While hugely profitable, it's a classic example of a slow burn endorsement that solidified brand prestige over time rather than igniting immediate sales surges. Here's the key difference with Sydney Sweeney. Those iconic campaigns generated enormous returns. Yes, but they took months, even years to materialize. Sydney's impact? It happened in days. That kind of rapid market reaction is almost unheard of for a fashion campaign. Usually, you see stock moves like this after major corporate acquisitions or earnings beats, not from a single celebrity endorsement. What's going on here? To really understand Sydney's unique influence, we need to zoom out and look at how she's positioned herself across multiple brands, and how that strategy is redefining what celebrity endorsements can do. American Eagle might be the headline grabber, but Sydney Sweeney's brand portfolio is much bigger and strategically diverse. She's the face of Laneige Skincare, a fast-growing K-beauty brand targeting millennials and Gen Z with glowing, natural looks. Laneige reported an immediate 227% surge in TikTok followers and 53% growth in Instagram followers since their launch with Sydney. A clear sign her endorsement is driving brand engagement and earnings. Then there's Ford, the car manufacturer. Despite being in an industry mainly geared towards men, Sydney collaborated with them and drove the brand into the fast lane. Her partnership campaign with Ford delivered 94.2 million impressions on socials, leading to 10% more product sales during the peak of the campaign. This crossover into more traditional verticals helps Sydney expand her appeal and brands to tap into a wider consumer base. As recently as July 2025, Sydney also partnered with Baskin-Robbins to help them promote during the peak of summer. Not only did they release flavors dedicated to her, but they also did a collaboration with one of her other brands, Laneige, to compound her existing success within that and simultaneously drive further sales for both brands through socials. This isn't accidental. It's a calculated play spanning very different price points and demographics, amplifying Sydney's reach and influence. And here's the kicker. Neuroscience research tells us that endorsements like hers can actually rewire consumer perceptions, changing how much they're willing to pay for a product. People's filters for ads are getting harder to bypass as time goes on. Younger consumers, especially Gen Z, are hypersensitive to inauthentic ads. They're quick to swipe past celebrity endorsements that feel forced or scripted. It might sound surprising, but a group of Wharton researchers recently found that targeted celebrity endorsements don't just sell products. They sell entire experiences even when the star's fame outshines the brand itself. In fact, studies from IE Business School show something even more powerful. Tactful ads featuring celebrities can justify charging higher prices. Consumers aren't just buying a product, they're buying the lifestyle and status associated with that celebrity. Sydney Sweeney nails this because of her authenticity. She doesn't just appear in ads, she shares glimpses of her real life, from home renovation projects to candid moments, making fans feel like they're part of her world. This builds what marketers call a parasocial relationship, a one-sided, emotionally charged connection where followers feel they know the celebrity personally. Why does this matter? Because parasocial bonds create trust and loyalty. Fans become not just customers, but advocates willing to pay premium prices and repeatedly buy products endorsed by someone they relate to. But here's where it gets wild. The ad that triggered the biggest stock bump for American Eagle was also her most controversial. The American Eagle campaign wasn't just successful, it ignited a firestorm. Debates exploded over beauty standards, race, and representation. Suddenly, what should have been a simple jeans ad became a cultural flashpoint. Normally, this kind of backlash is brand killer territory. Remember Kendall Jenner's infamous Pepsi ad? That campaign was pulled within 24 hours and cost the company millions, and a serious blow to their reputation. But here's the twist with Sydney's campaign. It was risky by design. The campaign even leaned into a cheeky pun on Sydney Sweeney has great genes, playing on jeans, a bold move that invited both praise and criticism. This strategy rode a razor's edge. A misstep could have alienated core customers and tanked sales. Instead, the controversy amplified the campaign's reach. Every tweet, TikTok, and think piece acted like free advertising, sparking endless conversation far beyond traditional marketing channels. And here's the clincher. Despite all the noise, American Eagle's stock kept climbing. Why? Because the backlash mostly came from voices outside AE's actual core buyers. For the people who matter most, the loyal customers, this campaign read as bold, authentic, and even refreshing. This kind of controversy-fueled marketing isn't for the faint of heart. It's a high-stakes gamble that can backfire spectacularly if misjudged. But when it works, it creates a powerful feedback loop. More attention leads to more engagement, which leads to more sales and investor confidence. And that leads us straight to the wider change in marketing, the singular gamble. American Eagle's all-in bet on Sydney is part of a bigger shift, ditching dozens of micro-influencers in favor of one big name who can move both consumers and investors. This is high-risk, high-reward marketing, because if the celebrity is the wrong fit, you don't just lose ad spend, you risk damaging your brand image. But when it works, the returns can dwarf anything a scattered influencer campaign could produce. We've seen this before. Think Michael Jordan with Nike in the late 80s, or Beyoncé with Adidas, turning her Ivy Park line into a billion-dollar brand by blending her personal style with the company's identity. These weren't just endorsements. They were brand partnerships where the celebrity's personal brand became the company's story. For companies looking to replicate this kind of success, it's not just about picking someone famous. It's about finding a celebrity whose public persona, audience, and lifestyle naturally align with your product. So every ad feels like an authentic extension of who they already are. The other piece? Momentum. Sydney Sweeney is everywhere right now, from blockbuster TV to high-profile red carpet moments. Every time her name trends, American Eagle gets free attention by association. Smart brands build this into their strategy, locking in deals when a celebrity is at a cultural peak and riding that wave before it crests. Sydney Sweeney's rise in the endorsement world isn't an accident. It's the result of careful brand alignment, an authentic public persona, and a rare ability to generate both consumer buzz and investor confidence. From fashion to beauty to cars, she's proven she can sell across industries and even turn controversy into growth. Whether this momentum lasts for years or burns bright and fast, one thing's clear. Right now, Sydney Sweeney isn't just Hollywood's rising star, she's one of corporate America's most valuable marketing assets. In short, today's marketing game isn't just about reach, it's about cultural relevance and investor confidence. And one perfectly aligned celebrity can do the work of an entire influencer army, while doing it faster, louder, and with a measurable impact on your bottom line.